Well, let's play a game your way. We're going to go to the top side.
Oh, no.
And we're going to count the magic damage dealers. And the game is, it can't be 3. Gwen, Galio. Oh no, that's already 2. And what's Udir's main damage type? It's AP as well. Oh no, they've got a triple AP top side.
It's a classic.
Triple
It's
AP
the
top side. Oh.
it's the old VCS classic.
That
the
was
triple
our
AP.
first emote
Yep.
on this channel. That was our first emote, was triple AP topside. And who was it that always did it? Dashing Buffalo.
I think it was actually, honestly, almost everyone. But yeah, they were one of the prime offenders.
They were
yeah.
one of everyone. The triple AP topside comes back. That said, I don't think it's as disastrous as it once was. Gwen is just Gwen's kind of strong.
There's a lot of true damage mixed in there. There's also a lot of tankiness mixed in there. So it's not pure carries like we've sometimes seen with the Mordekaiser. Oh god, I just remembered Riser's Mordekaiser compositions. But yeah, this should be a little bit better for them. BJ, of course, could really fall off later, but that's to be expected on this champion. So he needs to run the early game, and then it doesn't really matter what he does later. He's basically like the Rek'Sai, the tanky version of Rek'Sai. But Spot is the first one.
Gang, because Froggy's under fire and Froggy's dead. And
Nope.
we go back in time.
We can't show that. That's not allowed.
Yeah, we've gone into another timeline. Does Froggy die in all of them?
Let's see. The next future comes up in just a second.
Mr. Spot, I've come to bargain. It's dead again.
Nothing changed. Very nice setup, actually, from Spot. Not the greatest ganker, of course, on the Grace, but with the red buff, he brings enough CC. And now Spot and Tutti in a very good position to deny a lot from BJ.
Oh, they steal it.
Nope, I think BJ got to level 3,
Oh,
so...
no, you're right. He did. Unfortunate.
Great right here.
Taking a little bit of punishment, but it's not going to be lethal. So they're just maintaining their lane position.
Yeah, and there was talk about, oh, we actually get to see this again first.
Oh, we get to see it a third time.
Double flash invested, so just pure commitment. Instantly flash W from 2T. And that's enough to lock him down for long enough for Spot to flash in plays and just slow him down with a lot of damage and, of course, the red buff. So, early kill for SE, they invested quite a lot, so now it's an SGB to punish that investment. We can see a flash bear slap into W from Froggy, should be an easy kill slap on 2T. Especially because there's no dash to be had from BJ, so you can't really fear him away if you don't have the fear already stacked. So I think the onus is on Spot and 2T to play safe enough to not die and get punished for this early investment. But on the other side, SGB's bot lane is actually winning for once, and BJ, is he just looking for farm, or is he actually fancying a dive too?
I think it's just the Krug steal. I don't think they want to slowly run under tower against a Nautilus, who is doing a good job zoning him off, so he actually doesn't get the little Kruglets.
Lad, very happy with that 52 gold. Nice injection. Will bring him to his first tanky items or his boots a little bit quicker. So he's not too angry with the enemy jungler stealing away his Krugs, because he would never be allowed to get those last hits if his jungler was in the place. So he's actually, secretly, he's actually happy about this invade. But of course, Spot on the other side is not too angry with it either. He has other things to farm. The Udyr can't really threaten aggressive invades onto the Grace this early either, so he should just be fine to just wait for his time to shine again. His flash is all halfway up again, so he might just look for another play at 8 minutes into the game.
Uh-oh, here comes a bear. Enpark can't do much about this one. He still has access to the flash. Does he have the E? He does, but he dies anyway.
E earlier!
Phoenix form, and up to the bottom side we go, or down I should say, as Taki has picked up the first one. Can they get a second onto Paulette? He gets zapped. He burns to death. That's a fried cow.
It's still a good trade for SG's bot lane. They're finally coming alive in the third game on the Jinx. Jinx was all it took for Shogun. We know he's a great Jinx player, and finally he's able to show some good performances, even in the laning phase. But that was horrifically bad from Emperor. He landed the Q, then he has the W for another mark, as we actually get to see the bot lane trade. It's very explosive. Nice utilization of the combo of Taki's headbutt into the Chompers. And also decent play from Palette on the other side to ensure the counter kill. But I'm actually sad we didn't get to see the top lane replay again, because Enper, he just didn't press E. I'm not sure why. His E was ready to stun BeanJ in place, because he already had 2 stacks of his passive on him. And then he used his E to get speed afterwards. He could have used his E immediately to get speed and the stun. This way he just died to the Phoenix AoE, or the DP... dot, actually, the dot damage from the Phoenix. So yeah, now he doesn't have a flash, now he's only level 5, an easy target once again for BeanJ, and all the lanes are quite volatile from both sides.
They are, but for now things remain very, very even. BeanJ once again just threatening this bottom side, but he's just going to start up the dragon. I don't think anyone's really in range to stop him. Spot is beginning to head back out onto the map, but with Froggy being able to respond from range, I think this should be a free one over to SGB.
Yeah, nothing's easier than taking uncontested objectives on this champion. It deals insane amounts of damage to neutral objectives, so easy peasy for BeanJ. He's already level 6, so ahead of Spot in terms of experience. He's also 14 CS ahead already, finishing his boots, so he's ready to run it down, run everywhere on the map, run it down, run it back. he can do all of it.
Run it up, run it down.
Yep.
As 2T does get taunted up there, just takes a little bit of damage from Froggy, but of course, nothing's going to stick. Flash is now coming back up, so they could potentially make a play with this Vex. But speaking of making plays, it's Huzmed, as he is snipping this little rat down. Takes him low, but not low enough, and Enper does get away.
BeanJ's on the hunt. He's not quite close enough, I believe. Oh, he wants this.
Oh,
what did I just see?
Enper, what happened? If he gets away with this, no way. No, bare form will be enough. There's the speed boost. Enper, what have you just done, son?
I mean, he had no vision. It looked worse for us because we knew BeanJ was just waiting there, but still.
Yeah, I guess.
Just
he doesn't know.
Recall?
He doesn't have TP. It's actually a really bad recall. I think he has to try and just get the honey fruit and then go back. I get it. It looks really bad from spectator vision, but I don't think that was that bad.
Yeah, it looked ultra troll. In the end, BeanJ with good positioning read the map nicely, so we can definitely look at the other side and praise him for his positioning. He's very fast, and he was able to spot this positive trade for Huzmed and anticipate what Enper would try to do. It looked ridiculous, but in the end, yeah, it's another advantage for SGB, and they're 2-0 jungler BeanJ building the tier. I think this is very likely going to go into Winter instead of actually going for Mana Immune, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen Udyr in a while, so maybe he just goes for the Hacker and build too. Who
knows? Yeah, I mean, Moramana's a really broken item, so it wouldn't surprise me if Udyr builds it, but I do agree. I think this is more likely to be a Fimbulwinter. They've got the Blast Cone over the wall. Now Palette is in trouble. Knocked up into a zap. There's Chompers still available as the ultimate is used. Shogun running forward. Celebrity really didn't even make an effort to leave, and he just dies.
And now it's SBTC looking a little bit tilted, flustered from the last game maybe, and it really doesn't look like they're ready for this Udyr, so even though the analysts weren't too happy with seeing this champion rear its multi-faceted head, it's still very strong right now, running the early game for the side of SGB, and they're up to 2-point-something gold lead already, and going to keep accelerating with this early Rift Herald.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that they move the way they have. I would have liked maybe the Jinx coming up to try and just get some tower plates on the top side at the same time, but it's also a good recall, so not the worst. Overall, SGB just looking great.
Yeah, let's take another look at this pathetic play from the side of SBTC's bot lane. As you said, there's not really... I mean, Celebrity could have really used this second he stood still to cast his ultimate to try and get a little bit more distance onto him. I don't think he would have gotten away from BeanJ, especially with the flash available, but he could have tried. He really just consigned himself to death there. Didn't even make it hard for the enemy team. So now a 2-0 Jinx for Shogun, and we know he can play this champion. He's under a lot of scrutiny after his last 2 performances, but Jinx is the comfort champion. Jinx is the champion everyone knows how to play, and especially Shogun has already shown many great performances. So it's looking very positive so far from SGB. All the lanes are winning, even Froggy up by almost 20 CS.
I mean, sorry, can you just say that again? I just need to hear it.
Can you just look at Froggy CS and tell me what 105 CS at 10 minutes is?
That's 10 CS a minute.
That is really, really good.
That's really good. I mean, look, Garm, they haven't been putting Levi on these big farm junglers. He hasn't been playing as Karthus. The 5th dimension, maybe it's full. And now that he can't actually get any more minions in there, so Froggy gets to farm.
It appears to be the case, and this is really not the champion you expect him even to keep up the CS numbers. It's always nice, of course, but it's not really a champion you look at and say, wow, he was 30 CS behind, he lost the game. No, that's not his job here. So Froggy able to keep up the farm is actually boding super well for the mid game. And SGB now is still more than a 2k gold lead, but Taki gets engaged on. Taki has ultimate available.
Yeah, they do. Taki able to buy a lot of time. A rocket comes in, a depth charge is used, but it's wholly ineffective. Celebrity now in trouble as Flash Bear Slap, he gives him the booty touch. And now Paulette has to run. And BJ, I hate to say it, but maybe you should play Udi more often.
Actually true. And remember Rebel always talking about these two champions for BJ, for Hecarim and Udi. He was so great in this meta, and yeah, he's redeemed himself on other champions too, but that doesn't mean he's not still great on those champions, and he has put in great performances on Hecarim. Now the Udi out of nowhere. First Howard Shogun fully funneled into him, he's insanely far ahead. Yes, he flashed over the wall for a little bit of style points, but he's still... Look at this gold lead. This is a Gum-style stomp there. It's 12 minutes into the game, and we're 4k gold ahead for Saigon Buffalo.
It's impressive. It is very, very impressive. But, how can SE fight back?
That's a very good question.
Hard question, I know.
They don't have the greatest amount of agency. We saw their Paulette try to fish for something, but he only found the cow, which is really not what you want to bite. So I feel like it all has to come from 2T. He needs to put up the heroic performances, and this champion was first picked for him. Now, to be fair to him, it wasn't first picked because they wanted 2T on this champion by all means. Yes, he's a good Vex player, but it was more to deny it from Froggy. But then again, there was still a lot invested into securing this pick. They gave up two super important champions in Gwen and Jinx in trade for just the first pick Vex, and so far she hasn't really accomplished anything. Is behind in CS. Yes, 1 kill to her name, but that's not enough. So really think 2T is the one we have to keep our eyes on to maybe find a way back into the game. When he hits levels 11 and 1 item, he might be strong enough to one-shot Shogun. So, all eyes on 2T.
We'll have to see, because Froggy has kept up this farming clip. He's doing very, very well, just below that 10 farm a minute. But someone else to shout out on that front is Shogun. Shogun is at 10 farm a minute on the Jinx, doing very, very well. Has already got the Gale Force, has already picked up 2 kills. This is a very scary AD carry your way.
Yeah, and as I said, this is the one champion we know Shogun can pilot to perfection, where it doesn't even make that big of a difference if his name is Shogun or Artemis, because he's this good on the champion. So, yeah, I'm confident in him being able to carry as well. He went for the more defensive build as Enper went for the not-so-defensive route.
Actually a decent ultimate. He did get every minion there. Well done.
Well, but in the end, BJ is tanky enough to stay under tower forever. He can shower in tower shots, and it doesn't matter to him. Enper on the cannon, it's another deny pick.
Spot and 2T are here. BJ moving back, but he's getting chunked out. There's a Galio coming. It gives him the magic damage shield.
Oh my
god. 2T can't kill him. It's a disaster your way.
BJ is so tanky already. He's a level ahead of the enemy mid lane, and he can just stay in the fight wherever he bathed in tower shots and then still took a beating from 2T and didn't go down. This game is over. This game's just straight over, and SGB looking so impressive. Now, they do need to be more consistent. They do need to be able to show us that they can actually play these games back-to-back and not fall down to teams like SBTC. But yeah, the win column is going up, and that's the most important score in the league.
Well, your way. SGB. You'd think that this team would be able to do it in a 2-0 if they can play like this. Can this team have some consistency? Is what I'm asking.
They are eerily similar to Luxury in some regards. They're not quite as aggressive anymore. They used to be the most aggressive team, the team with the highest combined kills per minute, and they are still very aggressive, but Luxury pushes that to another level as we get this sad replay of Pikachu trying to stay alive against the huge level 100 Pokemon on the other side.
Well, I don't know if you heard, they just announced another Pokemon generation, and one of the starters, it's another one that's cuter than Pikachu, so he's really falling down the tier list.
Unfortunately.
Bad day for Pikachus everywhere.
By the way, look at BJ's regeneration just taking the jungle camp. One jungle camp, not even completely, and he was almost back to full HP. Very balanced role on display once again. Using his turtle stance there also to perfection. Highly mechanical job there, the Udyr. It's intensive. The APM going up and up and up.
Yeah, I mean, look, you've got to have. I've always said this. There's a few champions that you really just want to have that really strong bone in your forehead, so you just bang your head down nice and hard and hit your abilities. Just got to have a tough keyboard. As they summon up the Herald in the mid lane immediately, just want to crack this one open.
And one thing I'm very happy about today, as we have a little bit of a fight, Haki going low, but he's tanky. I think nothing should really come from this. One thing I'm really happy about is once again seeing Jungle Graves being utterly ridiculed and useless, because Jungle Graves is the worst possible iteration of this champion. He's fine in top lane, I've accepted Graves as a top laner, but not as a jungler, and he goes down again.
He certainly does. This time an Alistair goes with him. But Husmed, very scary. Well, I mean, that was some of the worst sewing I've ever seen, as he missed every single needle. But they do manage to take down Vex regardless. It's Shogun that does it. So SGB come out ahead once more.
Yeah, and SGB is taking this game a little bit more lightly now, diving under tier 2 turrets, in between turrets, and they come out on top because they're so tanky, they have so much damage to back it up, and as long as the big carries stay alive, Husmed and Shogun namely, they can do whatever they want. Taki can be the sacrificial lamb, the sacrificial cow for a few seconds there. It doesn't matter. By the way, do you know what's nice if you have one of the quickest champions in the game? A Cloud Drake is pretty handy.
Yep, it is. It is. Colette, he's just poking his head around. He'll go back as well. This one looking a little bit doomed for SBTC after such a good game one.
Yeah, and I want to come back
fallen apart quite like this
to the draft, because I think this really started in draft. They kind of played themselves, and maybe you can see a little bit of the aspects of the team that are still newer. They have a lot of new players. They have some not so experienced coaches, so here and there. So I feel like SE really outdrafted themselves with the Vex first pick, with so much emphasis on shutting down Froggy in the first 2 games, and then kind of still trying to hold true to that, but giving up Jinx and Gwen on the other side, and giving the enemy team such a immensely
being used. They want to try and fight this one out as the Gwen is doing as much damage as she can. That was a TP into the immediate Galio ult. It's the big brain stuff. And it's another global that'll deal the lethal damage as the rocket from downtown is there. Once again, the Pikachu has been knocked out. Celebrity. Lovely, lovely play there to kill his opposite number. But it's still a positive trade for SGB overall as they take down 2T as well. Now BJ, he's got the big mitts ready. Wants to give him a spank. Moves in, can only get onto Paulette, but the tip of the Everfrost is there, and it will allow the Bear Slap to get in. Paulette, next target, he's got a blast cone, but he doesn't have any health. It's an ace, and SGB take them all.
And he runs at them laughing, where damage, where damage? No one can hurt BJ, he's level 13. He's just running at them.
Where is your damage?
There's just nothing. They can't deal with him. Great counterplay from Celebrity, actually showing a few glimpses of his mechanical prowess. He's still one of the best ADCs in the league, and he has definitely shown us some of that today. By the way, Paulette tried to grab Gwen when she was in a W. Yeah, that doesn't work. And great ultimate to start the fight from Shogun. But then Shogun oversteps a little bit, gets too close for comfort. Paulette shuts him down with a nice CC chain, and Celebrity's actually able to get a 900 gold shutdown, which would be relevant in a closer game. But in this game, it doesn't matter, because look at him go against BJ. This is just Beautiful for all tank
Nice.
lovers.
I'm sure there's still one or two out there that haven't switched to Dota by now.
BJ ends the fight with higher
my.
HP totals than he began the fight with. Also a classic of Udyr. And now, because they have Gwen and Udyr, they can tank the Baron forever and actually deal quite a bit of damage to it too. So that's a free one in 20 minutes. 3 dragons already secured for Saigon Buffalo. Can they beat the timer against the Gum game? They had 22 minutes and some seconds. I don't think they can be quite as quick.
I don't think so. I think they need another couple of minutes to push this one in. Enper flashes away from the Angry Bull. But, I mean, SGB are in absolute full control. It would be a G2 level of throw for them to lose from this one, a series you've mentioned a couple of times.
Go watch it. It
It
was
will
amazing.
be mentioned by everyone forever because, oh my word. But, ooh, we've got Froggy coming in.
BJ low.
Up, but they're already over the wall. BJ's actually in a little bit of trouble, but it doesn't matter. It was all a bait, Yulway, all according to plan. As BJ lives, BJ gets away. Taki goes a bit low, but he has the Alistair ult.
Whoa! What was that
running
damage?
rocket ripped through Shogun. That was a terrible Gale Force. He's going to pay.
And I'm not entirely sure what's happening to Carrix's mic, but I'm going to take over. That's a double kill for Enper. He's finally found some buttons on his keyboard, and now Enper is approaching. He wants more, but SGB is too strong. Not a chance to shut down the inhibitor, as I think we've lost Carrix for good.
Hello?
Sure. Yeah, hello? Are you back with us?
Hi. On my end, it never went wrong.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe something was on your end.
I think the German takeover is complete. Sneakily, just cut the connection to Australia. But yeah, BJ tanking the best 2 weapons for Celebrity after he got a huge shutdown forever, and he just walks away and focuses the tower. It's very disjointed for SGB. They're not taking this game seriously anymore, as you can clearly see with Hazmat diving 1v3 under tower. And then Shogun gets a little too excited, actually cosplaying Jinx very nicely here. Overly excited, running into all the CC spells and insta-dying. It's 2 kills to Enper, probably the one target on the map who deserves the kills the least, because I think his cannon play so far has been horrifically bad. But I guess he gets to add them to the column of his kills. In the end, it's still a 12k gold lead into a nice little Dragon Soul at 23 minutes. And I think we're once again in here to predict game times. I'm going to say 24-39.
This is where I'd be really bold and say 42 minutes because SC wins. No, I think I'm going to take I'll take 25-10. I think they need another reset to close this one out.
Okay. They still have the Baron buff active, only for 20 seconds though. And it looks like the top lane is not really pushing in their favor.
Well, they're going to try and make you win this one as they're just going on in. They've already killed the enemy mid laner. 2T's had an absolute shocker of a game. Shogun tanking quite a lot of damage from the tower as they finally do start taking it down. Enper dashing away as well. They are just going to clean the base up and then press in for the win.
They do have 2 TPs to make the... Yeah, they're already setting up the tank minions with the TPs as Hosmet is going back to base. Shogun is a little bit low, so if he gets caught with some rogue CC or anything, he might go down. He's trying to heal up of the minions, slowly but surely getting closer to full HP.
Dies. Didn't use the TP super well there.
Oh, they might need another reset, as BJ is not really able to threaten anything on the top side. So I think we might move actually to 27 minutes, as they do need another reset. 3 lanes of double super minions streaming into the base though, so it's really... Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Look at the teleport!
Oh, no! He's teleporting!
Wait, what is happening?
What happened?
Oh, today's series is just to study League of Legends.
Someone clip that. Please, I need to put that on Reddit.
Look at the tower hits. Oh no.
The tower hit.
What the hell? Wait, I had no idea you could TP out of there. So
you can TP in Vexalt?
apparently. So I think what happened there, as we once again study weird interactions on the map, on the Rift, is you can't finish the TP as long as you're actually in the animation, but as soon as you land, the TP insta-finishes. That's how it looked to me. I'm not entirely sure, though.
I'm not sure. I need a clip
beautiful.
of that. I need to watch that again. I mean, I just didn't know you could channel TP. Like, that doesn't count as moving, apparently. But it doesn't matter because they are just going to wrap the game up. SBTC, they gave us at least something to look at and be happy about with that amazing Vex play. But it doesn't matter because SGB are still going to win. Oh boy, that is a dominating performance from the Buffalo.
Oh.
If game one hadn't happened, it would have been an utter stomp in the back half as they